Here at Kartarpur, history has definitely been made for thousands of Sikh pilgrims who've come not just from India but from all over the world. But despite the fact that for the people here, for the worshippers, for the believers, this was a spiritual moment, a religious moment, one cannot, as hard-nosed analysts, look away from the politics of what has just taken place. First, let's talk about Navjot Singh Sidhu. He was boisterous and ebullient as ever, and he played to the gallery, and in fact we heard slogans here of Imran Khan and Navjot Singh Sidhu go up from the crowds. But whatever he said is going to get him into solid trouble, I think, back home. This has already happened to him once before, but his fulsome praise for Imran Khan is something that the BJP may possibly raise an issue about. He lavished the Pakistani Prime Minister with praise, called him a yar, almost gave him the bulk of the credit for the Kartarpur corridor opening. And the fact is that he was unapologetic for his controversial hug. In fact, he specifically responded to it. He said that his was a hug of love, and that he jokingly said he was ready to hug the Prime Minister as well. He named the Gandhi family in his speech, and my sense is that the BJP will ask the Congress to explain whether they stand by Sidhu's comments here in Kartarpur, especially since he was effectively the only significant Indian politician who did speak. Then let's talk about how domestic politics of India was used by the Pakistanis to make their own points. The fact is that Dr. Manmohan Singh was referred to again and again. He was referred to by Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. He was also referred to by Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan. And in a sense, though Manmohan Singh did not speak and did not speak from the podium at least, the fact is that there is an attempt here by the Pakistanis to drive a wedge to contrast Manmohan Singh's doctrine with Narendra Modi's doctrine. And I imagine that the former Prime Minister will make his own statement when he goes back home. And last but not the least, as expected, the Kashmir shadow over Kartarpur. The Pakistan Foreign Minister already raked up Kashmir on the eve of the opening. You now had him making another reference to Kashmir from here, and you also had the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan bringing up Kashmir in a speech that was meant to be about Kartarpur alone. This was expected. I'm sure the Indians won't be surprised, but they couldn't be too pleased as well. And in fact, a woman sitting behind me who'd come from India, a devotee, she said, "Aaj ke din rajniti nahi honi chahiye," but that is the nature of the hard-nosed world and of the reality between India and Pakistan. For the pilgrims, this is a wonderful spiritual moment. For India and Pakistan, what should or could have been a corridor of peace has not, I would say, brought the two countries any closer. The institutional disagreements remain, the problems remain. Pakistan's single-minded fixation on Kashmir remains. India's concerns about terrorism obviously remain paramount. And therefore, while it's a good media description to call this a corridor of peace, it is a corridor of faith for the Sikh devotees. But for India and Pakistan, things are pretty much a zero-sum game. In Kartarpur, Barkha Dutt in a Mojo exclusive.